Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose
Hey there, it's been a long time. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jessie. Thank you so much for stopping by today. So I took about a month break. Thank you so much for all the support and understanding of me taking a break. I really needed one. Some new things we got going on here. I got the ring lights, so I don't know how it looks. Let me know. But it's later at night. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock, and I'm having some time now to film this little update video for you guys. So we're gonna get into the updates. Like I said, thank you so much for letting me take this time off. If I look down, I got my notes over here because I got a lot to talk to you guys about. Starting off, the main thing that we had a lot going on, but then Bob, if you've been here a while, you knew that we had adopted a cat about a year ago. His name was Bob. When we got him from the Humane Society, his name was Sir Bob, or yeah, Sir Bob, and we called him Sir Bobbert, or Bobbert, Bob, Senor Bobert, Bobert. He had a million nicknames. Also, my eyes twitching. Don't mind that. I think my neck's out of adjustment, and I need to go to the chiropractor. But yeah, so we had Bob for we had him for 2 years. Yeah, we had him for 2 years. I don't know why I said a year. I'm exhausted. Hence the dark circles under my eyes. I've been getting like maybe 4 hours of sleep a night, something like that. Kids and their sleep schedules. We're trying to get him back on sleep schedule for going back to school, but that's just been a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that later. Back to Bob. Bob got very, very sick. He had a intestinal blockage, and unfortunately, we had to put him down. He wasn't going to make it. He kept getting sicker and sicker, and it was really hard. It's the kid's first loss, so they took it really, really hard. I took it really hard. You know, it's funny because I didn't really want Bob when we first got him. The kids all wanted a pet. Jeffrey wanted a pet at the time. We just weren't in a place where we really wanted a dog. But we're like, okay, well, we'll get the cat. And like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of the idea, but then he stole my heart. Absolutely loved him. Him and Riley always snuggled on me at night. And Riley's been having a little bit of a difficult time with the loss as well. So it's just been hard for all of us, and that was the main thing that had me going on needing to take a break. I mean, we had a bunch going on, but that just kind of like was icing on the cake. So it was nice. I took like about a month off, and like I said, I really appreciate everybody understanding and still being here and supporting me. With that, because the kids were having such a hard time, Riley was having a hard time, I was having a hard time, we actually adopted a new little family member, not to replace Bob, but to help ease the pain, and he's adorable. His name is Bobo, and we adopted him from a local humane society, and he is a black tabby kitten. I will post a bunch of pictures at the end of the video of some fun stuff we've done this summer and pictures of Bobo so you can see what he looks like. The kids absolutely love him. He's adorable, and he's already grown so big in like the time that we've had him. But he's just a great member of the family. And Riley even really has enjoyed having him, and they snuggle together and everything. It's adorable. So I think it's kind of eased everybody's pain. Nothing can replace Bob. And the kids still mention how they miss Bob, but it definitely eases the pain. And it's nice to give another cat a home. So we have him. With all of that being said, because of Bob, after Bob's passing, Riley actually started limping, and so we had quite a bit of a financial hit because we had to take Riley to the vet. Luckily, he had just done something like muscular, and so he just needed some meds for that. But he's had ongoing allergy issues, and we've taken him to the vet about it before, and they finally gave us some medicine for it, which it was $152 for 45 pills. insane. The amount that, let's just talk about this for a second. The amount that we have to shell out for vet bills, and I understand there's like vet insurance you can get through certain employers and stuff like that, but the average person doesn't get that or have that, and so vet, like, animals can be really, really expensive. But I'm gonna look into like alternative ideas to help him. He does fine in the winter, and that's in the winter he does fine. I think he's allergic to grass or something outside, because in the winter months he does fine, and then during like the warmer months he doesn't do so well. So he just gets like a rash on his belly and stuff like that. So they gave him a med for that. And then also he had been itching with his ear. He has the floppy ears. And I had the same issue with my Basset Hound, where they get constant yeast infections in their ear because of the flap. So we've been doing really good in cleaning it and stuff like that, but he still got a yeast infection in the one ear. So we had to get him meds for that too. So between Bob's vet bill, which, between putting him down and all the tests we did to find out about the blockage, all that was about $500. And then Riley was $400 for all of his. So that was a huge, huge financial hit. And then we have another big financial hit because the kids have their school photos, which I'm really excited about. But the fact that school photos are so expensive, I think is ridiculous, because especially, like, I don't think they take into consideration that each family has multiple kids. Like, I feel like there should be like a multiple kids discount when it comes to school photos, because we have 3 kids, and the like package I would have liked to get was like $33. It includes, you know, the wallets, the 8x10, and then the like the digital download or whatever. That's usually what we have gotten in the past, but it's $33 for that package, and we have 3 kids, so you can do the math. That's a lot of money just for photos. So this year what we did is we bought the 8x10s, and then we'll just take a picture and I can put it on our hard drive and all of that, and send family members a picture that way, just because right now we're trying to save money financially, because like I said, we've gotten a little bit behind on some bills because we had a lot of vet bills, you know, but the pets are important and that comes first. So yeah, school photos, which it's just so cute. Oh my gosh, it was Renan's first school photo. I'm just gonna warn you, this video is gonna be really long. I have a lot to update you on. It was Renan's first school photos, and he was he's so naughty, but he's so cute. He would not stay still for the photo, and he was sticking his tongue out and shaking his little butt, and just he was being so naughty. And then Rowan was just like nervous, and so trying to get her to smile, and where she didn't look like she was like trying to make a bowel movement. That was fun. And then Ruxley, surprisingly, the best of all, we did have to tell him to relax a little bit, because his smile, when you tell him to smile, is like the typical like, it's like, relax, it's okay, calm it down. But we have their school photos. We haven't gotten them yet. I assume once because I did them like still in the summertime, that we'll get them when school starts up and all of that. So we shall see. I did get a look at the like computer where she had them to see, and so I did see them. They're cute. I can't wait to have them. I will show you guys their school pictures when we get them. Also, Roman's birthday is coming up, so that's something we have to take into consideration financially coming up here. We get the kids 1 birthday present. Sometimes it's 2, depending on if it's like a smaller gift that they want. Rowan, though, is very set on the only gift she wants for her birthday is a Barbie dream house, which is fine. I'm gonna get it for her, but it is expensive. I was looking at Amazon, it's like $240. I did find it at Walmart for $199, so hopefully, her birthday's in November, so I have some time to save up for that. But she also wants a Barbie unicorn horsey animal themed birthday. And usually what we've done is I'll reuse banners because they usually like the same stuff. but where she wants like a Barbie theme. I think I'm gonna get like a Barbie banner and stuff like that. So I need to budget a little bit towards getting some new birthday decor for her, make it special, because we don't have family up in Wisconsin. So when we do birthdays, it's usually birthday parties here. Sometimes in the past we've gone to like my dad's and we've done birthday parties there. But otherwise, usually we just do stuff here. We either buy a cake, make a cake, which Roxley had his birthday in July, and I don't know if I've showed you guys anything from his birthday. I don't know if I did. I'll put some pictures of his birthday at the end of the video. He had a really good birthday. He turned 7. We just did, you know, he wanted to have me make a cake for his birthday, so that's what I did. And then of course he didn't like the frosting that I wrote, like happy birthday, so I scraped that off for him. But we made him a homemade cake. He loved that. And he just had a super fun day. My memory is horrible. What all did we do? I don't remember. We've done so much fun stuff this summer. It's hard to keep track of all the things that we did, but he had a really fun day, so it was nice. I do remember that. All of it just rolls together, hence the exhaustion. It's funny, I'll have to throw a picture at the end of the video too. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I won't, because it's hard because I have to like blur Jeffrey out because I didn't realize he was in the shower. I won't put it because he was in the shower. But anyways, I did like half my face with like makeup and the other half was done, and you could just see the dark circle, and this was like it disappeared. So that was nice. Makeup looks fantastic, but like I said, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna throw makeup on just for a video, but the dark circles are a real struggle here. Let's see, back to school starting. Are your kids back to school? Ours start in September, so it's a little different. A lot of people already have their kids back in school. We got all their stuff ready. The only thing I need to do is I do have to run to the store this week. Ruxley, after I got all this stuff, I didn't realize I didn't grab the right count of Kleenex that he needs, so I need to get him some more Kleenex. But otherwise, they're all set for school. I also need to have them try on their shoes. Because I think their shoes all still fit, but I just want to make sure. I know a lot of people will buy new shoes for the school year. This year we're a little financially tight. If I can put off getting them shoes, because their shoes are still fine. I mean, yes, they're not like the cleanest, nicest looking shoes, but I mean, not, you know, get a pair of shoes. You know, if they can still wear them, you know, might as well use them. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna check, see what kids need shoes. Because the thing too is they have gym shoes, and then they have to have their regular shoes. The gym shoes stay at school, and then the regular shoes they wear all the time. And trying to buy 2 pairs of shoes for all the kids is expensive. Usually we buy shoes at Walmart, but still you're talking, you know, 16 to 25 bucks a piece. You have to have 2 pairs. It gets pricey. I know there's like you can get like used shoes and stuff like that from some of the outlet store, or like, you know, the consignment stores and stuff like that. I don't, sometimes with clothes I'm cool with that, but with shoes I'm not, because shoes, this chiropractic, I've talked about it before, my dad's chiropractor, he's retired, but when you wear a shoe, it puts your footprint and your like basically how you walk and all that in there. And so if you're wearing somebody else's shoe, your footprint and theirs is not the same, and the way they wear their shoe down is not the same as yours, so you can cause back problems and stuff like that from doing that. That's why I do not get used shoes for my kids. I buy them. But yeah, they're gonna be starting, and the thing that sucks is they're starting on 3 different days. I mean, it's kind of nice because then we can be there for each first day, but at the same time it's a little frustrating because I have to remember his first day, her first day, his first day. And then too, it's weird because they start the like first week of September, but then they have the 5th off because of Labor Day. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't have waited till after Labor Day, because it's like, well, you know, for Uxley, because he starts at the beginning, like, you know, he has a few days, but for Rowan, I don't know why they wouldn't just wait to start them later, but I don't know. The schools are weird. With all of the financial hardship, I mean, I don't like to talk about it too much. Usually we do really well and it's not too much of an issue. But recently we've just been hit with a lot financially. Yeah, it's been stressful, but reminds me, my anxiety though is fantastic. I actually had started a new medicine before I took my break. I started at a lower dose and then I ended up upping my dose. So I'm on 45 milligram extended release of Paxil. I have never felt better in my life. I wish I would have started a lot sooner in my life. My anxiety is pretty much non-existent. I really don't, it's just weird because like I can relax and my mind's not racing all the time. And, I just kind of get this like attitude of, well, it is what it is. And that's really nice because like I said, I would stress over everything. And, even some of my OCD tendencies have been a lot better. I haven't, I've definitely noticed a huge difference, and even Jeffrey has. So that's a good little update. Back to the financials though. That's stressful, but I don't have anxiety over it. It's just stressful. But with all that being said, I've had jobs on and off. You guys kind of have heard when I've started, when I've not had a job, when I've gone to school and I've not gone to school. So some of you know that I had started to go to school to be an administrative assistant. I did do those classes, most of them. I got A's and I think I got 1 B. And then the rest of my classes that I had for the rest of the semester actually ended up dropping. Ideally, I got to thinking about it, and my family is super important to me and being a mom. And so working 8 to 5, your kids are only little for so long. So working 8 to 5 is kind of hard, especially with our schedules. We don't have family up here. So like trying to figure out, you know, who would drop the kids off, who would pick them up. And I don't like the idea of daycare. So that's not an option for us. And also that's the thing. Most of those jobs, you have to work the summer, you know, and they would have to go to daycare all day during the summer. And I like to be there for my kids and do fun stuff. So ideally having a job at night would be, or the evening would be the, you know, ideal job. So getting into that. I have done quite a few jobs. Like I said, you guys already kind of know that. I've been a personal caregiver, receptionist. I worked at a few stores, a few restaurants, and that's what I'm going to be doing now. I got a job. I actually had an interview at a spa, but it was a receptionist job. I didn't like the fact that I was gonna have to pay for parking. It was gonna be $5 a day for parking every time I worked. And I don't want to be working to pay for my parking. So I was like, that's not the job for me. She did say that she wanted me to come the next day and do like a job shadow. And if I did well, then they would offer me the job, that kind of thing, to see for a good fit. But yeah, no, I didn't do that. But I did get a job at a restaurant. I am going to be a hostess. And I'm going to do that 3 to 4 nights a week. So that'll be some nice income. Also, I think I will also be doing some to-go specialist stuff. So yeah, we'll be having a little bit of income coming in from me. So that'll be nice. Take a little burden off Jeffrey. And I will do that in the evenings. And you know, too, eventually when the kids are all going to school during the day, during, like next year, cause right now with Ronnie being in preschool, he's going to be off, by like 10:40 every day. So I have to drive him there in the morning and then be back by 10:40. So next year, if I wanted to work some day shifts for like lunch and stuff like that, I totally could. But that'd be like a future thing. We'll see. I'm hoping this job will go good. I'm hoping I will like it. I'm going to not stress out and upset myself because sometimes, you know, where jobs haven't worked out or this, that, or the other thing, I felt like a failure, but I'm not a failure. I've had valid reasons for why the jobs didn't work. But you know what? the nice thing is I've learned a lot of experience through having those different jobs, and so I can't beat myself up over it. They've been great opportunities, and they just weren't something that I wanted to do long term. And this one, hopefully it will be a little longer term. We shall see. We'll see if I like it, the people, that kind of thing. Fingers crossed that it goes well, but I'm gonna push through because we need the money, and it seems like a good job. I actually really like the store manager. He was super nice. I'm not gonna say where I'll be hosting at because, you know, like safety, you know, things. There's some weird people out on the internet, that kind of thing. So I won't be saying where, but yeah, I'll be working 3 to 4 nights a week. So I'm trying not to put too much on my plate because in the past, that's another thing that I've done is I put way too much on my plate and I get super stressed out. But I don't think I will. I think we'll be okay. So, but I'll be working, so that's exciting. New update. Let's see what else we have here. We are postponing Rowan's dance. Rowan's been doing dance for, well, she didn't do it during COVID. She did it before COVID, didn't do it during COVID, and then she started back up. We're not going to do it this year. We're going to wait until the next dance season, which will be the summer season, and then it'll go into the next season. Reason we're doing this. 1, financially, the classes are super expensive. And then there's photos you have to pay for that and everything. Yes, I have a job and that'll be fantastic. I could pay for that stuff. But also, the main reason we're doing it is because she's going to be starting a new routine. She's going to be going to school all day, not half a day. And Ruxley was in karate last year. And he went from like the shorter days to longer days. And because he was doing like the online school for most of kindergarten, which they had like half day with that, doing the online. And then the end of the year he went to school, and then we had summer where he didn't have school at all, and then he went back to school and it was full time. And so he was at school all day, and then by the time he got home he didn't want to go anywhere, so he ended up not really wanting to do the karate thing because of that. So I want to get Rowan used to her routine and into the groove. And then, you know, she's still a kid. I'm gonna let her be a kid. You know, activities are great and they're fun for them, and we already talked to her about it. She's completely fine with it. So she's gonna get back into dance next year, so she'll have fun with that. But we just, like I said, want to get her used to her new schedule and spend time with her. So especially where, like, because I mean, we do have a lot of change too, because with me starting a job, she's gonna be at school all day. If I'm gone 3 to 4 days, you know, 3 to 4 days, because I'll be working most likely when she's off school. So, and she, you know, she loves spending time with me. So it'll be good that we're doing it that way. Let's see, fun summer stuff. We've done tons of stuff this summer. We've gone to zoos, we've gone to museums, we've played in the sprinkler pool, played outside, played on the bikes, gone to the parks. We've done all sorts of fun stuff, gone to the library. We've done like little crafts and fun stuff, movie nights. Ruxley's birthday, we actually watched Jurassic World Dominion, which weirdly, Ruxley loves all things dinosaurs, but he is not into watching Jurassic World Dominion. I don't know fully what his issue is with that, why he's afraid, but he doesn't want to watch it. He watched part of it and then was done with it. So, and he doesn't want to watch it. I don't know. He's scared of it for some reason. So that was kind of a bummer because he, you know, he loves all the Jurassic movies. I think it was very heavily, I mean, if you haven't seen it was very heavily based around like people rather than dinosaurs. So that might have been it. Maybe he kind of lost interest. I don't know. So yeah, but we've done tons of fun stuff and we've had a really fun summer. It's just been nice to have this break too with the kids. I've done a lot with them. So it's just been nice. We're gonna get into shows that I've watched this little break. I've watched a lot of shows. I don't know, when I kind of took a break from YouTube, I did finally catch up on Linda's channel, Create with Linda. There's a lot more channels that I need to catch up on. If you are one of my friends and you watch my channel, I am going to get caught up on your channel. This is going to take me a little time because I took a month off, so it's hard to get caught up on everybody's videos, but I will eventually get there. But I took some time to watch some different shows that aren't YouTube and take some time to do that. It's just been fun. I've watched mainly YouTube for source of entertainment for a long time. So watching something different. I mean, I've watched shows and I have my shows that I watch, but it was just nice to kind of switch it up. So I'm going to give you guys some suggestions because, you know, I feel like and you might have already seen these. A lot of these shows have been out for a long time, but I've finally gotten into it, so we're gonna get into it. Let's see. So Jeffrey got me down a rabbit hole. He watches way different stuff than I do. I'm kind of weird. I don't like anything scary. I like kind of like light, fun-hearted shows like that. I don't like stuff about weird stuff very often. It's just not my jam. So this is shocking that I actually enjoyed it. If you believe in Bigfoot, let me know down in the comment section. I don't know how I feel. I feel like there could be something out there. And this show that I watched, Expedition Bigfoot, this is the show Jeffrey got me into. Expedition Bigfoot, they had some valid weird proof where I was like, I don't know what to say. There's no explanation for that. Is very shocking and like, oh, I can't explain that. It kind of, you know, makes you question whether Bigfoot is real. Could there be some creature out there like Bigfoot? Possibly. I don't know. I never really, I mean, here's my thought. There's a lot out in the world that we don't know, and questionably, do we need to know it? I don't know. That's my thoughts. But I'm now a Bigfoot lover, whether he's real or not. I think he's a cool creature. Kind of want to go find him. Say hello. He's my kind of people. Hides in the woods, away. Not having to deal with people, because the world's crazy. Ultimately, you know, that's the thing. There's so much going on in the world. If stuff went down, I would go to the woods and be like, Bigfoot, show me your ways. Show me how to hide from all these crazy, weird people. That's where I'm at. There's just so much weird stuff going on in the world. Anyways, Expedition Bigfoot, if you've not watched it, super great show. They had a lot of scientific evidence. They had a lot of proof and weird things you just can't explain during their treks through the forest. And it's cool because they have like a skeptic that's also like an expert on like apes, primates, so that was interesting. And then they have like a Bigfoot expert, and then they have like an ex-Marine that's like on the border, like does he believe, does he not believe? He wants to see it for himself. So it's a really interesting show. I absolutely loved it. I watched that. There's a few seasons of it, so it took me a little bit to get through that. But if you want a show to watch, definitely watch that one. It was super good. I cannot remember, I want to say, was it Discovery Plus I watched that on? I want to say it was Discovery Plus. You can always look on Google. Google will tell you what streaming services you can find these shows on. That's what I do sometimes if there's a show that I want to watch, just to see where I can see it. Or movies. I do that all the time too. Finding Bigfoot. Since I got on the Bigfoot train, I watched Expedition Bigfoot, and then I watched Finding Bigfoot. I watched all of them, and then there was like this like newer like one episode thing. It was on Discovery Plus, which like all the people that did the original Finding Bigfoot came back and did like one episode, like because there's been so much evidence of stuff pop up that they wanted to see, you know, if they could find anything. Which, fun fact, that is where Bobo got his name from. There is a guy on Finding Bigfoot, and his name is Bobo, and I absolutely loved him. He's a cool guy, so we named our cat after Bobo, and like because of my Bigfoot phase. And in a way, too, it's close to Bob, so it was easier for the kids to pick up the name. So Bobo is named after Finding Bigfoot. If you've never watched that one's a little more cheesy. Not as much evidence but it's just a fun, the Bobo and what was the other guy's name? Oh my goodness, I've watched so many shows in between now and then I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh, that's gonna bother me. There was another guy on there that I absolutely loved. They were just hilarious. I really loved those two. The other ones was like, if it wasn't for those two, I probably wouldn't have gotten into the show. I wouldn't have watched the show, but I just loved, because they have Bobo like pretend to be the Bigfoot to like, because he's a big guy, so like they use him to size, like, you know, like when they have people saying their experience of like seeing one walk across the road to like kind of like size reference. Well, was it bigger? Was it smaller? That kind of thing. I don't know, but I got really into that show. And then the next show is Hunting Hitler. That one was fascinating. It goes into, basically they think that Hitler did not die in the, like, because supposedly Hitler killed himself before the bunker got exploded and all that stuff. But he did not. The whole theory is that he got away and everybody that was like higher up in the group got away, and the evidence that they find in the, because they like, or like there's the guy, the main guy in the show is a former person from the CIA, and they end up going and investigating and finding all this stuff out and actually having solid proof and evidence that he more than likely got away. Well, I mean, a lot of them did get away, like there's proof of it, but I won't ruin it. Go watch it. It's just fascinating, and it goes into the history, and it just kind of goes to show that sometimes I feel like history is written in like favor of certain things, and that's not actually how history went. I think a lot of people are kind of figuring that out. So it's just cool to see some of the stuff that, I mean, it's not cool that they got away and what Hitler did. I mean, it's disgusting, but the show is interesting. They have a lot of proof and stuff like that, and learning some more of the history about that. It was interesting. And it's kind of scary at the same time, because if they got away, like, you know, he's, evil but smart man. So he would want what he's done to continue. So that makes me think, like, did he have like a predecessor that took on, you know, what he was doing and planning? And that's just scary to think about. Gosh, oh, makes me want to vomit to think, but it was an interesting show. And then the guy that was the like host of that show, also there's a show called Tracking Oswald, which is the guy that shot JFK. And they track, because, so the theory is that either Cuba or Russia was behind Oswald's like conspiracy, that like they were one of those was behind the shooting and all of that. And it goes into like, they dig into the details and stuff like that, and it gets fascinating, because there's stuff that like, and that's, it goes into, there's more, you know, that goes on with government and all that we don't know about, and stuff that they know that we don't know, that kind of thing. And that's the fact that there was like certain training camps and stuff like that we didn't know about. It goes into that, and actually talks to people that, you know, did some of that stuff and knew about it, and it's interesting. Just go watch it. I know I probably sound crazy, and honestly, I'm not usually into that conspiracy theory type stuff, but when there's valid proof and information that they come up with, like, you're just like, well, you can't really, I mean, I guess you could like dispute it and be like, oh, that's not right, or that's not real, but it seems pretty valid. It's pretty interesting. And I think sometimes when you watch some of the stuff, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but when you have valid proof, you know, it's kind of like, well, it's very possible, very plausible. So that was pretty interesting. 60 Days In. Now that was a show. I really enjoyed that one. Basically, these people go undercover in jail as like inmates to bring information to the warden. I just was like, oh my gosh. Because, like, you know, you hear about jail and all of that, and you're like, it seems like a scary place, which honestly, there is some scary stuff, but I don't want to say if I would feel more comfortable going to jail after watching that, but it kind of eased my worries about it, because I told Jeff, I was like, worst case scenario, I would just do something wrong and end up in solitary confinement, because I can deal with myself forever. I'm good to be alone. It wouldn't drive me nuts. It would be a vacation. But I have no plans to go to jail. But it was just interesting, and like, you know, like there was some crazy stuff that some of the contestant, what do you call it, contestant? Some of the people that were supposed to be being the undercover people, we'll call them undercover people, not contestant, but people that were there to be doing a job and they weren't, or were doing other stuff. It was really interesting, and just seeing the things that are wrong with the system and stuff like that, I don't know, it was fascinating. And then because I watched that, it suggested 60 Days in Narcoland, which they put 2 people in the jail to do a little more like recon on kind of some stuff that's going on. And then there was 2 people, or actually there might have been more. No, there's 3 people that were doing research outside of, no, 4 people. It was 4 people. It's been a while. There's 4 people that they did that were doing research outside of the jail. They were doing it in the city because there's a lot of drug problems and stuff going on. So they were trying to figure out like the cartel and how much of an influence is there, and, you know, is there a bigger problem? How can we maybe solve some of the problems going on in the community, that kind of thing. It's actually pretty fascinating. I really liked that one. And then I watched a few episodes of Beyond Scared Straight. I didn't watch too much. There wasn't like, that one, there was only 1 season that I could find available. And I think I watched like 5 of the episodes in the season that I could find. But it was good. I got into watching some other stuff that, was more fascinating to me. So I did watch a few episodes of that. Unsolved Mysteries. I used to watch Unsolved Mysteries all the time when I was younger. My dad owned a chiropractic clinic, and so a lot of the time, if I wasn't in school or stuff like that summer, I would have to go sit at the office, and we only got cable, so I watched a lot of Jerry Springer and Unsolved Mysteries. Those are 2 of the shows. Probably shouldn't have been watching Jerry Springer at that age, but you know, there were some PBS Kids shows and stuff I watched too, but Unsolved Mysteries was one of the shows that I watched, and I'm on season 2. I'm slowly getting into that. I watched a few episodes here and there. And sometimes I skip through some of it because it's scary, stuff like that with some of it. And like I said, I don't like scary stuff. Some of it's not too bad. It's just like, you know, this person went missing, this person got murdered. They don't get too into details, so it's not too bad. I know a lot of people like some of that murder mystery stuff. I'm usually not too huge into it, but it's kind of nostalgic for me. That's probably the only reason I'm watching it, is it's nostalgic to me because, like I said, I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid. And then Undercover Boss. I've watched Undercover Boss before. I went and looked at the list of like all the seasons. I had watched up to season 5, and there's 11 seasons, I want to say. I don't remember. There's a few more seasons that I haven't watched, but I'm watching from the beginning, and then we'll catch up because it's been a long time since I watched it. So and the kids really enjoy watching it, so we've been kind of watching it together. Hulu, there was a new, like, I think it was TMZ, I want to say, had created like where's Richard Simmons, or how is Richard Simmons doing, or is he alive, or something like that. I don't remember the exact title. But you could go on Hulu and type in Richard Simmons and you would find it. If you don't know, I love Richard. I love Richard Simmons. I actually bought a bunch of his exercise videos a long time ago. I want to say it was probably about 11 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, somewhere around there. And I do his exercise videos, sweating to the oldies and stuff like that. Actually, it might have been even longer than that. Might have been like 14 years ago. I don't know. It's been a really long time I've had them. And I still do them. I love them, Richard. It's just a fun, like, workout and video. And it goes into the theory, because there's another conspiracy theorist I can't talk. Conspiracy theory that his maid is holding him hostage. His maid is not holding him hostage. He just is a very introverted person. He's an extroverted, introverted person, and that's me. I'm extroverted in a lot of ways, but I'm actually very introverted. I like my alone time. I like to be alone a lot of the time. But I can, in situations where I have to be extroverted, I can be extroverted. Especially now that I'm on this new anxiety med, it helps a lot. But yes, an extroverted introvert, that's what we'd call it, where we can be very playful and fun and everybody thinks we're this big, amazing person, but really we're quiet and just like our alone time. And that's, I think, he was in the spotlight for over 40 years and, everybody told him his problems and everything, and he just wants time to himself and to enjoy his last years. Can't blame the man, especially with how the world is now. It's gone crazy. I saw something on the news where somebody shot somebody in the face or something like that because they got cold fries. Like, what is going on with the world? Kind of scary. Let's see. Lastly, I watched some other ones. These are just the ones that I can remember. Like I said, my memory, stress and I can't say anxiety because I don't have anxiety anymore. But stress, lack of sleep, all the things can cause your memory to not work so well. So that's where we're at. Behind Bars rookie year, another jail show. I got into jail shows, Bigfoot and jail shows. That's what I've been into. And some history splattered in there. Behind Bars rookie year, that was really good. So basically it's a series about, Jesse, what are they called? I'm so tired. Corrections officers. There we go. Corrections officers. It goes into corrections officers' first year. It talks a little bit about like their training because this is based off a New Mexico jail, and they show a little bit of the rookies' training, and then they go into like when they start the job and how they're doing in the job and how dangerous it is, because a lot of the people they're dealing with, because this isn't jail, it's more of it's actually a prison, so it's a lot different. Or was it what's the difference? There's a jail, prison, and Jeffrey. It's jail, prison, and what's the other one? What? Jail, prison, and... Penitentiary. That's the other one. Penitentiary. I just needed to work it out in my brain. It's a prison, though. I don't think it's a penitentiary. Anyways, prison. They're dangerous people regardless. But it goes into that and how dangerous it is, and some of the sick people that they deal with, and some of the people, they just made mistakes and they've just had hard lives. And unfortunately, sometimes people take stuff that they've had in their life and, they use it as a stepping stone and to do better in their life and whatnot. And some people, let it drag them down and they're a victim. And, it just depends on what you want to make of it, It's interesting. But you feel bad for some of the people, but then, there's definitely some that there's a difference between, people, because they're talking about convict. I mean, a convict is somebody that, they're con artists, like it's all they know, they'll con you out of anything. So it's just interesting and fascinating. And I'm really huge into psychology and, I think that's why some of those shows get the psychology behind it and stuff like that. It fascinates me. Fun fact, a long time ago, my mom was actually going to school. She was going to school to be a psychologist. She wanted to do marriage and family counseling. She was getting her master's degree, but she died just right before she got that degree. But I was thinking about going for social work to college, but I decided not to because I love helping people and I love listening to people, but sometimes I tend to take on people's problems, and I didn't want to feel the weight of the world because I didn't want to take on everybody else's problems. And there's enough people in my life that I love to listen to and help, and I don't need to take on any extra. There's other people out there that are really good for it. So, but regardless, I love psychology and just people's brains and how they work and how people work through things. I just find it fascinating. Then movies. Let's get into movies. Jurassic World Dominion, I told you, it was a good movie, but there was definitely some disappointment. There was a little lack of dinosaurs in it, in my opinion. It was more based on some of the characters. It was cool seeing some of the old characters from like the original first movie. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. I think the first one is my favorite. And then probably, was it the third one? Those would probably be my favorite. This is not a new movie to me, but a movie that we've watched on our break is Young Guns 1 and 2. I've watched it before. I've watched it many times before. Absolutely love it. My brother was huge into like some of those Westerns. And Jeffrey makes fun of me because Emilio Estevez, when he was in his younger days, he was a fine specimen. He was a very cute man. So we watched Young Guns 1 and 2. That was just good. It just brought, like, I don't know, I've been in like a nostalgia move. And then, again, or mood, not move. I don't know what I just said. Like I said, exhausted. Sleep deprivation, I'll do that to you. Erin Brockovich, I watched that movie when I was younger. It's nostalgia for me. If you've never seen it, Erin Brockovich, super good movie. It has Julia Roberts. I like Julia Roberts a lot. I've watched a good chunk of like her older movies. I haven't watched any newer ones, but it goes into this woman and she's a single mom, and she ends up working for a lawyer and investigating a company that was doing very illegal things and trying to help a bunch of people out. And it's just a really good movie, very good movie. If you've never seen it, Erin Brockovich with Julia Roberts, go watch it. We watched Best in Show. That is a very adult movie. A lot of dry adult humor. That's another one that's nostalgia. Jeffrey had said something that reminded me of the movie, and so we just decided we were going to watch it. We did that for our date night the other night. That it has a bunch of comedians in it, and it's funny, but it is very adult comedy. So if you have little kids around, probably not a movie to watch. But it's based on like the Mayflower Dog Kennel Show, and these people are taking their dogs to the dog show to be shown to win the blue ribbon, and there's just a lot of comedy in it. I absolutely love it. Then we watched the John Candy Trio, is what I'm going to call it. We have a DVD and it has 3 John Candy movies on it. Again, nostalgia minus one of the movies. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I had never seen. It was Jeffrey and my first time watching that movie, and it was pretty good. I was very pleasantly surprised by it. I wouldn't say it was my favorite John Candy movie, but it wasn't like the worst John Candy movie. It was just kind of in there. My dad had said that he'd watched that one and he liked it. Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck is an older one. That is one that little kids probably shouldn't watch, but it has some good humor aspects to it, and we really like it. That one I remember watching when I was little. And then Great Outdoors. Great Outdoors is just like the good oldie. That one again has some inappropriate context for kids, but super good. I watched it when I was a kid though, so I don't know. Sorry. My parents let me watch some stuff I probably shouldn't have when I was a kid. And then we watched some Madea movies. We had like a little Madea movie marathon. Tyler Perry movies are always fantastic. He's a great guy. He comes up with some really good movies. But the Madea, I think it was called Graduation. I might be wrong, but it's a newer one. I hadn't seen it. We watched it. We liked it. It was funny. Her stuff isn't, the Madea movies aren't necessarily appropriate for kids too, but I like the aspect that there's like this good and bad, and funny and sad, and it just hits all the emotions his movies do. Tyler Perry, he's just really good at producing great work. That is the update. I'm already a lot of minutes into this. Books. I know a lot of you like my book reviews. I've been, you know how I took a break? I've taken a break on reading. I read a lot of books last year, and it was great. And I need to get back into it. But I took a break. But like I said, I'm gonna get back into it. Last I told you guys, I was reading Sarah Dessen's Lock and Key. I'm still on that, but I'm further into it, just not very far. I am definitely getting back into it though. My plan is to have that book finished this week, and then I will start a new one next month for the next month. And I'm gonna try to read a book a month for the rest of the year. That's my plan. I'm gonna try to get back on that because I was trying to get workout in and all that stuff, exercise, and make sure that, like, you know, I was reading and taking care of myself. I'm getting back on that because I need to take care of myself. I've just been kind of focused on everybody else this summer, and now summer's over. I need to get back on to taking care of me. So taking better care means more sleep, reading, drinking more water because I've been drinking a lot of soda. I'm gonna try drinking some tea too, because tea's good. And making sure I get exercise in, because exercise definitely helps my mood. Although, like I said, my mood's been a lot better since being on my new medicine. And with all of the keeping track, stuff like that, I also had taken a break from tracking. Rowan's in her bedroom, so I'm gonna keep down on my volume because one of the main reasons that I had stopped like the weight loss talk and Jeffrey's weight loss talk and stuff like that is because of Rowan. I had mentioned it on a video before. I'm really quiet, sorry, but I don't want her to hear. And we had stopped because she was saying stuff wasn't healthy and she like didn't want to eat and stuff like that. And so we stopped talking about it because, you know, she was talking like calories and unhealthy, and that's not good for her. She's too little. She doesn't need to think about that stuff. But I am starting to track again, but I'm keeping it on the down low because I don't want her to know. And so I've been like sneaking around, kind of tracking my stuff. I was back up to 206 something. I don't remember the exact, I was like 206 point something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was back up to 206 pounds. I was kind of just like eating till I felt comfortable kind of thing. I wasn't tracking, and I can definitely tell a difference on my body. Like just the stuff's not fitting well. I feel like my back's hurting more, also because I haven't been exercising. And like I said, I just want to start taking care of myself again. So I'm not like going uber like far with it. Like I'm gonna eat like 2,000 calories a day. I'm gonna just eat what I want, but make sure that I'm just staying in my calories. But that's a plan. So I'm gonna start tracking that again. I did already lose a pound, so that's good. I was down to, I want to say it was 205.4. So I'd like lost a pound. So that was really cool. And that was like only like 3 or 4 days in. So I think we'll see some improvement. The reason I didn't lose more is it's TMI, but it's that time of month, so I'm bloated, so I weigh a little bit more. But I think once that's over in a week from now, I think my weight will be down further because too, you just hold fluids, all that stuff, you know. But I am going to be tracking again. So, and that gets me into my next point. So, plans for future videos. I think I like the idea of doing an update video, but I don't think I want to do it weekly because I feel like sometimes there's not enough to update on. So, I can get a little louder. So, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to make a monthly update video for you guys. And I think that will be a lot better than doing weekly. And what I'm gonna do is it'll be a monthly update video. I'm gonna give you favorites from the month. So if I watch new shows, I'm gonna write it down. If I watch new movies, I'll write that down. If I like the book, if I read more than one book, I will write that down. If I had a new food that I really enjoyed, or if I see something new or cool or whatever, I'm gonna write it all down. And then at the end of the month, I will have a video for you guys. Cause somebody had asked me if I would do an empties video. I wanna say that was Vonda C. If it was you, Vonda, let me know. I'm pretty sure it was. That had asked if I would, or if I've thought about doing an empties video, or if I would do an empties video. And the hard thing for me is that we just have so much stuff, and trying to keep packages and stuff like that, it's just not that easy for me. So what I'll do is, if I liked something, I will write it down. I'll have it in the monthly video. And if it's something, if I like it, what I might do is I might take a picture of it, and then I can pop it up on the screen. So that way you can see what the package looks like. If you guys think that's a great idea, let me know. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So once a month, there will be that update favorites video. And then What's for Dinner Wednesdays are coming back, and I'm so excited. I started filming this week. Let me know. I did have a What's for Dinner that I had filmed prior to taking my break, but I never got it up for you guys. If you would be interested in seeing that What's for Dinner video, let me know and I will get that up so you can watch it. Otherwise, I might not use it, but I did have one, but it'll have old information in it, because I was talking about how like my stomach was upset, and I thought it was from my higher dose of my anxiety meds, but it was actually something else. I think I had kidney stones. It was kidney stones. I was having some kidney stone issues, and I think that was what, if I remember right. I don't know, it's been a month, so. But I have that, and I also have a grocery haul that was filmed prior. So if you want to see those two things, let me know in the comments, and I will get the video up. But if you don't want to see it, we'll just keep showing new stuff. We'll see. You know, I've got new stuff. Like I said, I've already been filming What's for Dinner. That'll be the What's for Dinner that will be coming this week on Wednesday. And then grocery hauls. Let's talk about grocery hauls. Because we're in a lower financial state, but I am stocked up on groceries. I did get stocked up. Where we're at a lower financial thing, at least for a little bit, and like I said, we're stocked up right now. The only thing I would need is like milk and bread. Eventually it'll get a little bit in the next few weeks here. We should need more. In grocery hauls, we'll get back into like should be every Friday kind of situation. For the next few weeks, I don't want to guarantee that there's going to be a grocery haul, or if there is, it's going to be really small. I'm just going to warn you guys, because like I said, right now we're stocked up. We don't really need anything. I do know that I'll probably need some milk and some bread and stuff this week, and there's some household goods that I'm gonna need. So there will be I want to say maybe this Friday there might be one. There should be one this Friday, but I don't want to guarantee. We're gonna get in a routine. We're gonna get back to it. But guaranteeing on that kind of video right now, I can't for you guys. But for sure Wednesdays, there'll be What's for Dinner videos. I have some really good stuff that we've done already that I've filmed, and I'm super excited to share with you guys. And then the grocery hauls on Friday. And then the monthly update video, and then there'll probably be some other random videos in there. I don't want to promise anything, because like I said too, I am going to be starting the job. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I have had a month off, and like I said, I appreciate you guys being there, supporting me, and understanding that I needed that time off. And Anyways, we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay for the end because there's going to be pictures and you want to see what Bobo looks like because he's so cute. He's adorable. But thank you guys. We'll see you next one. Bye, guys.
Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too. Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go and waste another day. Mess it up again, lost in my way. I'll be the one to have the highest price to pay. If I make it home tonight, may I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you gone to someone else, so we can never be the same? How can I make up for my sins? Now I'm lonely and it kills me. Can you hear me, babe? I'm lonely. I know you don't wanna talk, but just pick up the phone. We could go for a walk, talk about the things we